Guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, last Monday I done a reading, and at the beginning a song was playing on the radio, and it was Rainy Days and Mondays Always Gets Me Down, and that's all I keep singing in my head. So okay, well, a week's passed, so why am I still picking up on this energy? I'm going to use the Chakra Wisdom Tarot cards today. I rarely use these cards. And I think I will use the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards as well. Okay. So let's have a look at these tarot cards. All nice and flowery. All nice and flowery. Let me just get the cards out so I can put the boxes away. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Let's look into this energy. Okay, we seem to be going for the Oracle cards first. I'm not sure we're going to be looking at it yet, but let's give these a shuffle. This cloaked figure here on this path, where does this path lead to? That's the path of ascension, really. Have a look, you've got the root chakra, the red, then goes into the orange, which is your sacral, and then we go into the solar plexus, the yellow. Then we go to the heart chakra, the throat, the third eye, and then onto the crown. Onto the crown. Okay. Well, on this map, let's get a card. Maybe I'm not meant to get a card yet, just talk about this. On this map, it looks like you're just about to enter the orange zone. Okay, that's your creative energy, your passion. It's a sexual passion as well, a sexual desire. So your sexual desire may be heightened. Now you can transmute this energy into creative force. So rather than a sexual force, you can channel the same energy. Okay, channel it into inspiration. It's beautiful energy when you know how to work with it. Okay. Right, there's the card. Let's have a look at the tarot. So these tarot cards, they will give us colours relating to the different chakras. Let's have a look at what wants to come out. The Hermit, the Divine Feminine's energy. So this could suggest that this is you, Divine Feminine. Okay, about to tap into your creative energy here. Your gown is red, the root chakra. What are you holding up here? You've got a good idea. The Hermit's coming out of the dark. Yesterday's energy picked up that you are in the Hermit status, where you're connecting with the divine. You should be receiving, I was going to say, an abundance of ideas, creativity coming through. The Eight of Cups suggests that you're coming out of the void here. Rather than going into it, I don't feel as if you're going into it. I feel you're coming out of it. Is this you saying goodbye? Goodbye. You're going to turn around and head towards the orange and the yellow here. There's this very strong energy of you not turning back now. There's no turning back. Okay, you're on the path of enlightenment. So you have this creative energy, this high, we won't call it a sex drive, we'll call it a high creative drive. What are you going to do with it? Okay, now we've got the throat chakra coming up here. And this is a knight on here. I would say it's a masculine. It feels masculine energy. He's coming out of the water here, and he's going to be having a conversation. About what? Well, he's the Knight of Wands. Passion. It feels as if as you follow your passion, along the way, this character comes out of the water, out of the blue. Okay. And he's got something to say to you. So a masculine here comes out of the blue with something to say to you. Do you want to find out any more? No, I think that's pretty cool, that message. Okay, let's look at the bottom of the deck. The Chariot, and here he comes. It may be sooner than what you think, because you may consider yourself, okay, I'm just like finding the path now, learning to tap into my skills, my talents, my abilities, learning how to transmute like your energy. And with him coming out of the blue, like the throat chakra, it kind of makes you feel, okay, that's quite a way away. But you are still in the red here. And then the Chariot comes in. Two major arcanas on the table. The Hermit and the Chariot energy. The Chariot energy is the divine. Gives the nudge. They're nudging you to continue on your path. Don't turn back. Don't look back. Don't look back to the past. It's like you're so tempted to, because it is coming. And it appears when you are no longer looking back. Let's read them. The Hermit. The Fool begins to think for herself. Let me just push this over here. Okay. The Fool wanders in the darkness with a lantern for light. She will soon discover that what she seeks in her shadow side are all her suppressed emotions. The lantern's light connects with the heavens. She is being guided on this journey. That's it. So I'm reading from that. Eight of Cups. The card of a new reality. There is a deliriously intoxicating energy that surfaces when one has created their dream. Even if you loved it, the striving is finished. You have created something from that first cup. Enjoy what you have created before starting again. I'm feeling this energy of not feeling the need to rush. This is now about mastering your alignment. Little one outside who's a little upset. Knight of Wands. This masculine energy that comes out of the blue. The card of daring change. Oh, this is the energy of not how dare you, like walk away, but because you're not looking back. And in a way, it's kind of like, how dare you? Well, you did. You chose not to look back and just to continue onwards and upwards. So the card of daring change. The energy is kind of like, how dare you take your energy away and not direct it towards like the past or thinking about past events. It's like you've shifted your focus. Okay. This knight charges in with the crystal of magical manifesting and can move mountains with his power. If you set a clear intention, this may be its fruition. Now, interesting, yesterday I picked up the energy of it was in the Divine Masculine's hands to bring this dream, desire to fruition. So if you set a clear intention, this may be its fruition. If not, the change will still be for the better, albeit more unexpected. So it feels like no more focusing on the past or past events, or even really no more focusing on what your Divine Masculine's doing. If he's not in your present, if he's not in your now, then you're not to focus on it. Okay, or that bottom card there, I can see the green. It's the star energy. Okay, let's pull it out. Did the Fool learn from the Tower? That's what the star energy represents. Did the Fool learn from the Tower? After the events of the Tower, which have left her open and vulnerable, the Fool celebrates with a grateful heart. When she had wings, she directed the flow between two worlds. Here she is returned to Earth. That's interesting, isn't it? When she had wings, she directed the flow between two worlds. Here she is returned to Earth. So I feel, Divine Feminine, you're now being returned to Earth. You have all the knowledge and skill and talent and the ability to tap into it and use it to your advantage. So this is the energy of you actually coming back down to Earth to continue your path. So, which means that you won't be floated around too much in the spiritual realm. You're always connected, but it's like that's not going to be the realm that you're going to be spending most of your time in. So you're actually, there's movement here on your path in the physical. Should we have a look at this card? Confusion. Now, the interesting thing about this card is at the end they actually return home, okay, after being out, wandering, which is what this energy said about the Hermit. Let's just reread the Hermit energy. The Fool begins to think for herself. The Fool wanders in the darkness with a lantern for light. She will soon discover that what she seeks in her shadow side of all her suppressed emotions. The lantern's light connects with the heavens. She is being guided on this journey. Let's go to the confusion. Okay, now this is from the Crown Chakra. Neutral cards at a glance. Okay, let's have a look. So the key words for the neutral cards are enlightenment, consciousness, purpose, wisdom, spirituality, unity, and expansiveness. The manifesting intention. Okay, well, it spoke about the manifesting intention in this card. In the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, we reach the place of universal consciousness, which is outside our physical body. You may notice that these cards represent some aspect of our collective being. The idea here is that we all vibrate through our 7th chakra, and in a powerful way it keeps us connected to our humanity. The cards of the 7th chakra are neutral in colour because spirit, in essence, is neutral. Here you will receive messages from spirits that are detached from human worry. These cards indicate the higher-minded thinking that happens when we align with spirit. The power of holding space can also be seen in the still energy of each card. Here you can see how conscious choice can bring you spiritual magnetism. These are the cards of mastery. Confusion, silver cloud. Every silver lining has a cloud. The legend. Jana climbs Faith Mountain in dense fog, wondering whether her decision to leave her boyfriend was the right one. There is another man waiting in the wings. There always is. Silver cloud surrounds her, and it is cold and scary. Despite her confusion, she keeps climbing. As she reaches the summit, the fog clears, revealing the town far below. With Silver Cloud's help, she has journeyed much farther than she realised. She now knows what to do. She begins the long journey home to reclaim her love. The inspiration behind this card. Through the willingness to be in confusion, we find clarity. There is nothing to solve. Meditation and quiet time will bring clarity. The personal inquiry. Can I see confusion as a good thing? Can I learn to let go of needing an immediate outcome? The key ideas. Allowing confusion, spiritual support, consequences of actions, and finding love. The key words are clarity, support, and revelation. Okay, there's a meditation for this card. Close your eyes and visualize the room you are in. Focus on one object in the room. When you are relaxed, sense the presence of silver cloud. When the object is no longer visible in your mind's eye, relax even more deeply and breathe. You are in the place of not knowing. It is completely safe. It is a completely safe environment. Ask for the highest good, and this shall be revealed. Let me just close that window, guys. Excuse me. Let's have a look at the enchanted map. Making a choice. Card number 30. I was having a look to see what chakras were not here. Do we take this as yellow or as orange? Well, I feel like you have the willpower, so I'm not too worried about the yellow, the solar plexus, because I feel that you follow divine's nudges, okay? It's not about your confidence here. So what's missing also is the third eye, suggesting that you don't always have to tap into your third eye energy. You can do through meditation, it says here, using the silver cloud, okay? When the object disappears within your third eye, your mind's eye, and you can just see the cloud. So there is this tapping into your third eye, but it doesn't feel like they're the areas you need to focus on. You're very tapped in anyway. So this is the crown chakra. Let's say, well, it's between the sacral and the solar plexus. You've got the root chakra, there's a throat chakra here, the heart chakra. Pretty much full alignment when you know what you're doing now. Because this energy here takes me kind of to the higher realms of the colours here, which is the third eye and the crown. And I just feel the neutral colour here of you being connected. You're mastering your spirituality now. So, making a choice, card number 30. Just opened up to education. Okay. You're required to come to a decision now. You're faced with a dilemma or a fork in the road and must make a conscious choice regarding the next right action. Whatever that choice is, you must take responsibility for it, yet you needn't be afraid. You may not have all the answers right now, because the way ahead can't be known until you've embarked and travelled a few steps. Trust your intuition, ask for a sign from Spirit, and you will be led to the right path. If you remain conscious and aware, let's repeat that, if you remain conscious and aware, your choice will be the right one at this time. Life is always about learning. Success lies in choosing consciously, guided by intuition and spirit. That's where your success lies, Divine Feminine. Choosing consciously, guided by intuition and spirit. I'm not sure where I'm drawn to next to go to. We'll go to the Oracle of Shadows and Light. I didn't read about the Chariot energy. You can't really see it, can you? Let me find the page. Let me find the page. The Chariot. And I'll hold it up. The Fool begins her life. At first glance, it may appear as if the Fool is not aware of the Chariot. Closer examination reveals that she is in a meditative trance. She is magnetizing the Chariot from the heavens, yet she is unaware of her own power of manifestation. Okay, let's get back to these cards. The Oracle of Shadows and Light, and we have Autumn is my last chance, please don't lose hope. Felt the energy change yesterday. It felt like autumn had begun yesterday. Card number 6. About autumn. Lost and lonely, this fragile little being has the apple of life and wisdom. She has hope, although it is fading fast. This lovely little fairy is all buttoned up against the cold, and the bleak autumn landscape offers no warmth or comfort. But in her hands, she holds a source of hope and life itself, a bright red apple. With this apple, she can sustain herself till the frost-bound landscape thaws. She can save the seeds from her feast and plant them in the warming ground, so she needs never go hungry again. And the rewards of this act will continue far into the future, far beyond her lifetime. She is holding the source of hope, but is almost afraid to bite into it. It seems she is saving it for a rainy day, or for when she has no other choice. Soon she will realise what she has herself and turn to it for sustenance and comfort, and winter will then be through. It cannot end till she takes a bite from the apple she holds. Autumn speaks. I keep waiting for help, for hope to come, but all about me is cold. I cannot find what I am looking for, and indeed, I can barely remember what it is I was in search of before I got so lost. I am cold and alone, and no one is with me. But I know I have this apple, and that when I truly need it, I will eat it, and then all will be well. The divination message. It's time to stop relying on others for that comfort, warmth, and sustenance that only true self-love can bring. Waiting for others to give you what you need will be a long and lonely, bone-chilling wait at this time. So look at what you already have, turn to it and feast on it. Learn to love and appreciate the apple in your hands and save the seeds of self-love and plant them. From this one remaining magical apple comes the gift of wisdom, comes self-love, comes abundance, and comes the knowledge that you are a person who deserves to care for and love your own self. Once you take just one big bite of the juicy apple, you will be committing to helping yourself, and then you will be free of the need for approval, shelter, and rescue. There is only one true rescue, and it comes with the miracle of self-life. Go ahead, eat the apple. Very important message for the Divine Feminine today. Let's end with a Rumi card. Ooh, I nearly knocked my coffee off the table. Okay, got the card. Dance of the Divine Feminine. Card number 42. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the sore or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like sea water. When the sea water rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. Rumi. How can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so vast and exciting? How can you not arch your back and respond with ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? You were made to move and grow, to love and flow. Even mountains change. Surrender the stodgy ways of the mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestrations of love. It did make mention that this knight here could move mountains. Okay, let's carry on. You may feel unsettled, beloved, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see. Is it moving? Of course. It is hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there, imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. How can you even imagine it? Only through some misplaced fear. It is such a small craziness, really. You can cast it off, that small crazy fear. Let it return to the Earth Mother to become fertilizer for the far grander and more exciting insanity of divine love instead. Give up that tiny insanity in favour of the greater craziness of love. You cannot be unmoved by it. The rhythm of life will get you shaking your hips eventually. How could you not become entranced by the gleaming dance floor, shimmering with possibility and invitation? This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it is being tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved, in a feisty mood, has grabbed your ankles, is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your skirt is over your head, or the pockets of your pants become freed of their contents, keys and wallets dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air, and your sense of orientation is nowhere to be found. Blood is rushing to your head, and goodness knows, you just want to be put down to have a moment, to come to your senses. So the beloved will give you that gift, but don't imagine it will last for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You are capable of more whirling and stumbling, whilst inspired by the music of the spheres. If you accept the great invitation to dance, there won't be so much roughhousing going on. It won't be needed because your hair will already be in a mess, your blood will already be pumping, and you'll be sweating, laughing, smiling and dancing. The great beloved will be alive in you, which is all that grand seducer ever wanted in the first place, even with all the jokes and horseplay. Disarrayed and dishevelled by the divine beloved, you are able to break out of a too ordinary world. You will explore the delightful consequences of rocked boats and upset apple carts being swept away by love as you dare to dream bolder and wilder dreams for yourself and the world. There is bigger magic for you to weave this lifetime. Prostatic priorities inherited from the world are stuff and nonsense. It is the priorities of the heart that matter to you. If you are ever to right yourself whilst the beloved is tipping you upside down like a soaring bird in most impressive aerial dynamics, it will be through establishing right priorities, the priorities of your own heart. So ask your heart what matters most and attend to that. Soon you'll be able to find your orientation, even if everything you have once held onto appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This will become so easy for you because your orientation will flow from within, from the heart, and no matter what shifts and changes take place around you, your centre will remain strong. This is what the beloved wants for you. Such peace and relief it shall bring to you. But perhaps some shaking about is required first, in case you are reluctant to give up some mainstays, unaware of how much they drain life away from your heart centre. This oracle brings you this message also. There is something you are holding on to, a person, a place, a thing, a belief, a vision, and you need to let it go because it wants to grow. It may grow and change into something utterly different, or it may grow into exactly what you are imagining. Whichever outcome, growth is happening and you'll find you enjoy the way much more, with greater flow and support and less bashing of your head against a proverbial brick wall, if you can let it happen. Don't worry if it seems as though your world is coming to an end or you are losing something you once loved. This is just a shaking about of the great beloved to lead you into a deeper, sweeter dance of divine being and becoming. Put your focus into your heart and realise you are more ready than you think. Now shake those hips, stamp those feet, clap your eyes, close your eyes and clap your hands. There, that's better already. Okay, you've got this, you've got this. I'm not sure who I'm talking to because that Rumi message, that last part, it felt like I was giving guidance to this Knight of Wands here. Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. Be the reason someone smiles today. One more card. You can do it if you put your mind into it. Guys, have yourself a lovely Monday. I will catch up with you soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.